Okay. Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, students, switch on your videos. So from the topic that we had studied, did you people have any difficulty anywhere? Like the whole part hemodialysis and everything, like the whole excretory system, all of this was clear to everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, very good. Now the topic today, it's a very tiny topic, and it is about the excretion in the case of plants. Now we have about the excretion in animals, and now we'll study about the excretion in the case of plants. Now, in the case of plants, the oxygen, which is a byproduct of photosynthesis, it is a waste product only because, first of all, it is not used by the plants. The plants do not use the whole amount of oxygen that it produces. It is rather led out into the atmosphere. So oxygen is a one kind of like a waste product for plants, and they can get rid of excess water by transpiration. We know that during the process of transpiration, the evaporatory loss of water takes place, isn't it? The evaporatory loss of water is transpiration. So let's just say that if a plant has much more water than it requires, then that water can be, you can say, sent away into the atmosphere by transpiration process. Now talking about the other waste material in them, such as the, like, for example, if there are some waste materials that the plants do not require at all, then those waste materials can also be transported out of the cell, or they can get rid of it by the use of dead cells. And some plants even shed their leaves. So the plants sometimes shed their leaves, so their leaves contain an accumulation of their waste products. And then in many plants, the waste product is stored in the cellular vacuoles. We know that vacuoles are, and vacuoles occupy what percentage of the plant cell? Do you people remember? Anyone remembers?
80.
80 to 90% of the cell volume is occupied by the vacuoles. Very good. So yes, so those vacuoles can be used to store the waste products in the case of plants. Now, it can also be stored in the leaf, because when the leaves they fall off, when the leaves they shed, it means that the waste product is getting accumulated in them, and then it is being getting rid of from the plant's body. Now see, there are some other materials such as the resins, the gums, the terpenoids, those drug-like materials that we find in the plants. That is also a waste product to the plant, even though we can use it for our own benefit, but it is a waste product for the plant. And where it is, like, especially this is present in the old xylem, the xylem that has been formed very like long ago. So those are also stored in the form of resins and gums, and these are of no use to plants at all. These are, very famously known as secondary metabolites, and plants don't use it. Plants also excrete some waste into the soil around them. So this is how the process of excretion takes place in the plants. Does anyone have any now?
What are the resins and gums?
Yes.
Resins and gums.
Yeah, resins and gums. See, these are the substances. Like, have you ever heard that when you usually paper is made from the pulp collected from the tree, the trunk of the tree? Have you heard about that? Like, paper is made from trees. Everyone knows that. So what happens? The tree trunk that is there, inside it, there is a white fluid-like structure, not actually fluid, it is semi-fluid-like structure that is present. And those are resins and gums. That is, like, for example, what they do is, like, any waste product that the plant does not need, or anything that the plant synthesizes as a defense mechanism, that plant starts storing it in form of resins and gums. And apart from that, so many plants are medicinal plants also. Now, the medicinal property, like you might have heard that some like neem plant is antibacterial. So that does not provide any effect to the plant itself. It is antibacterial for us. We can use it. Same way, these products are the waste for plant, but they can be used by us. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Resins and gums are certain chemical zone. Okay. Yes. So with this, we have actually completed the whole entire chapter. And now we'll start a new chapter. Till then, you people can note it down. And then we'll start a new chapter. You people can switch off your videos and write it comfortably. Done, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone's done?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm? All right. Done, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone's done?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Okay, so now since we are done with this chapter, which chapter should we start next? Hmm? Tell me, which chapter do you want me to start next? Shall we start control and coordination, or shall we start reproduction? Tell me, students, switch on your videos, everyone. Come on, quickly. What about the others? Where are you? Yes. Tell me, which chapter should I start next? Shall I start control and coordination?
Yes,
Everyone's okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And apart, like, what chapters are going on in your school, students? Can you tell me?
Life processes.
Life processes. Same for everyone?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so is
Yes,
there
ma'am.
anyone whose school has completed the whole entire chapter? None. Okay then. Okay, then we'll start with this thing only. Okay, so Maya, yours is completed. Life processes is completed in school. Okay, wait. Can you just quickly check in your book which chapter comes after life processes? I think how do organisms reproduce come.
No, ma'am, it's control and coordination.
Control and coordination. Okay. Just 1 second. All right, so we'll also start with control and coordination today. Second. Tell me when you people can see my screen. Okay, are you able to see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
See, in control and coordination, first I was thinking that we should start with, do you want to start with the plants part or animals part, students? It's up to you. You can choose. If you want to do the human part, we'll start with the human part first. If you want to do the plants part, we'll start with that first. It's your choice.
Ma'am, human part.
Human part.
Yeah, ma'am. Human part.
You people hate plants that much?
No.
Okay. Okay, so let's start with human parts only. Okay. So talking about this particular chapter, you people can give the heading as to impulses, or you can say responses that our body gives. Am I audible, students?
Can you repeat what you said?
Yeah, my voice gets lagged in between, right?
Yes, ma'am, it's breaking.
Yeah, so I was saying this particular chapter, it contains every single thing, that aspect, like it is related to the nervous system of our body. How does it perform? What are the things, or you can say components of it? And we can, like, how do we perceive information? How do we understand things and everything? Clear, students? So we're going to see every single of that information in this particular chapter. Now, before diving, we will talk about this, like some of the most important terms with respect to this particular chapter. Now, you might have heard that a stimulus is provided, a stimulus. So we'll first talk about a stimulus. What is it actually? Now, to see the definition, so it is an agent or a sudden change in the external or internal environment which causes a change in the organism or its body part. Now, see, for example, if I come to you and if I pat on your back, you can feel that I'm patting on your back, isn't it? You'll feel the touch of my hand patting on your back, right? So, and now once, for example, you have turned that side and I come and I pat on your back. So what will your reaction be to it? Will you do a kung fu move on me? What will your reaction be? You will turn towards me, right? For example, if somebody calls you from behind, you turn towards them, right? Or do you do hiya? I hope no one does that. I'll be very scared to confront you from behind, students. Please don't do hiya with me. Okay, so talking about this stimulus, so that patting on the back is a stimulus. It is an external stimulus which is provided. And because of that external stimulus, what we do, a change, or you can say a reaction is made. And that reaction, in this example that I'm giving, that reaction becomes turning towards that person who is calling you. So stimulus, talking about that stimulus, it is that signal that is given so that a reaction can be obtained. Okay. And how does that reaction or change occurs? So it can like change can occur in the body of the organism, the whole entire body, or the change can occur in some of the body part. So the first stimulus is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Does anyone have any doubts in this particular term, stimulus? All right. What about the others? Here only 2 students have switched on their video. Rest no one has switched on their videos and no one is responding also. Only Aisha and Nabila are scared of me, and then none of you are scared of me. Huh? Am I not scary enough? Yes. Others, Galvin, Gianna, Harshit. Am I not scary enough? No, don't even choose to answer that also.
I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to say. Do I scare you or not?
Hey,
No,
should I answer this?
No. I don't scare any one of you. So you don't take me seriously. Should I be strict? Or should I be
Hey,
friendly with
no, no. Friendly is better.
Friendly is working for you? Everyone?
Yeah. Okay.
I also want to be, because I'm like this only. I can't be strict. Please don't
Good.
force me to be strict. Okay, switch on your video then. You're talking, but you're not switching on your video. Everyone switch on your video. Where's Harshit? Harshit, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Switch on your video, everyone. Quick, quick. See, I also want to be a friend only. I don't want to be strict. I don't want to act like a teacher. But you people force me and I don't like that. Anyway, stimulus is clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the result of a stimulus that is provided is a response. So the change that we are talking about, the change in the organism, the change in the body part of the organism, the change with respect to the stimulus is the response. So if I pat on your back, even if you do a kung fu move on me, that is also a response. And if you turn around towards me, that is also a response. So response is the change in the organism that results from a stimulus that is provided. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that the stimulus must be external. The stimulus can be internal as well. Clear? For example, external stimulus example I've given you, right? You understood the external stimulus? Now, talking about internal stimulus, you might have, sometimes felt like, let's just say, sometimes your heartbeat rises. Sometimes you think something and your heartbeat increases, or you start taking tension. That is also an internal stimulus. So stimulus can be of variety of ways, any type. Okay. Now, the third thing is receptor. Now, receptors are which initiate the impulse towards the central nervous system after receiving a stimulus. Now, let's just go back to part. Now, if I pat your back, you quickly understand that someone is patting your back. Does it take 2 to 3 working days for you to understand that someone pat your back? No, right? I hope nobody takes that much time. Like I pat on your back and in 3 days you'll respond, okay, hello, who was patting on my back? Right? So we know it quickly. Why? Because as soon as the stimulus is provided, there are certain receptors in our body. Now, receptors are those cells that understand that a stimulus has been given, and it quickly, as soon as the stimulus is given, it carries the stimulus to the CNS. CNS is the central nervous system, and central nervous system has our brain in it and our spinal cord in it. So our brain understands that, okay, someone is calling us or someone is patting on our back and stuff, and then a response is generated. So in order for the response to be generated or to understand the stimulus, the receptors are there. Then comes effectors. Now, the muscles or the glands which contract and or secrete substance when they receive the impulse from CNS. Now, for example, I patted your back, your receptors took that information to the brain, your brain comprehended that, and then it sent a response. Now, the response is turning back. Now, for turning back, your whole bones will be active for that because you're moving your body. Your muscles will be active because you're moving your body, right? So these muscles, the bones, that will make you turn around towards the person who's patting your back. That muscle or that bone becomes the effector. For example, because of that, if some hormones are released in our body, then the glands that release the hormone, they become the effectors. Clear? Any doubts? Now talking about the CNS, we know that the CNS is central nervous system, and always the first component of the CNS is the brain, and the second component of the CNS is the spinal cord. So two components are there, brain and spinal cord. Very important to remember. Clear? Now, okay. Now you people can note it down and then we'll carry on with the rest. You can switch off your videos. To write down, you can switch off.
Okay, ma'am.
Everyone's done?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Everyone's done?
Ma'am,
Yes,
just
ma'am.
I'm writing the last line.
Okay, okay.
Done, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Now moving forward, let us see what are the functions of
Ma'am, we cannot hear you.
Hmm?
Ma'am, nothing was heard.
Someone say something, please say. Hello, am I audible to?
Yes, ma'am.
Of sense organs. How many sense organs do we have, students?
Ma'am, 5.
I'm 5.
5 sense. Okay, what are they? First one?
Smell, taste, hear, I see.
No, that is the sense. The organ is the eyes, ears. Then,
Eyes, ears, nose,
Hear.
tongue,
yeah, yes,
and
and
skin.
skin. Okay, so these are the sense organs. So with the help of those sense organs, our nervous system helps us to be informed as to what is happening. You can listen to what people are saying because of your sense organ, that is ear. And then you can see because of your eyes and so many things. Now, the second thing or the second function of the nervous system is that it controls the voluntary activities. Voluntary activities are all those activities that are under our control. Meaning, if I can lift my hand up like this, it's because my muscles of the hand are under my control. So the activities such as running, walking, writing, these are the voluntary activities. Voluntary means under our will, under our control. Third one is that it also regulates the involuntary activities, the stuff that is not under our control. Now, what are those? Such as the beating of our heart, the breathing. Like when we sleep, we don't know what's happening around us, isn't it? We don't know what the other person is saying. We don't know anything about it. But even after that, our body can still, when we breathe, when we sleep, we do not stop breathing or our heart do not stop working. Why? Because the involuntary activities are also regulated by the nervous system. Lastly, there it enables us to remember, to think, and to reason. You can differentiate from what is right and from what is wrong. because of the nervous system, right? And every one of us has a well-developed nervous system. You know what is right and you know what is wrong. Still, some of you don't switch on your videos, even though you know that it is the right thing to do. Still, you don't use your nervous system well enough. This much is clear. The functions of nervous system are clear, students? Any doubts in the functions?
No, ma'am.
Clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, very good. All right, now you people can note it down. Done, students?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, students, let's just keep it till here only for today's class. And in the next class, we'll continue. And in the next class, we'll see what is the functional unit of the nervous system. What does it do? What are the components and everything? Up till now, do you people have any doubts anywhere? No?
No, that's not.
No, ma'am.
Okay, another thing, students, since the whole chapter is completed, the life process is completed. So now before the next class, do one thing, every single one here, please prepare that chapter very well. Okay, prepare it very nicely. And if you have any doubts, anything that you did not understand, you can ask me. Okay, because now we are going to make our study in that way that you remember all of these things till the end of your session. So we'll do that much. Okay, so everyone read the chapter, see if there's any problem, you can ask me the problems later in the next class also. Clear?